Yo, hey everybody. So the video today, I want to talk a little bit about tools for working on wheels or wheel building, those kinds of things. So anyway, most folks, especially beginners, you're going to know about the basic tools. You get your spoke wrenches, you got potentially a truing stand is definitely a nice tool to have, but there's a few tools that most high production wheel builders know about, but for the average starting wheel builder you may or may not know about. So today I'm going to go over 4 of these tools that if you're already a bike mechanic and you're looking for ways to increase your efficiency, and some are just going to be basic tools that anybody could have that is going to be building wheels that are going to make the job easier, more efficient, quicker. In general, they're just going to make the process much simpler, which is definitely going to be good if you're building wheels. So the tools I want to talk about, the problem is there's lots of commercial variations that are really great tools, really nice. I'll put some links in the description of this video down below, and you can buy them if you want to do that. But the good news is some of them are super cheap and easy to make, super inexpensive. And so we're going to basically go over those 4 tools today. Tool number 1, we're going to be talking about what they call in the bike industry is rim rods. So these are just a couple tools that I actually made. There is a tool that's commercially available from Wheelsmith that it's basically a device to measure your ERD in the rim, and there's lots of ways you can do it. I know Calvin Jones had a thing in the Park tool. I'll put a link to that, but you can use just regular spokes and nipples. The only issue with that is that you may or may not work. You kind of got to use the right length of spoke, but this is kind of a copy of the actual rim rods that Wheelsmith makes. So each one of these is going to be 350 millimeters long. So you just put the end, you butt the ends end to end there. It's 700 millimeters. So basically it's just a simple matter of slipping these into the opposing holes and then measuring the overlap. Subtract that overlap from 700 and that's your ERD. So it's super simple. I basically just measured these out they're a little long. This is actually a TIG welding rod, which are, you may or may not have access to this. You can buy them, for a pound of rod for under $5. So it's going to be super cheap and simple. You may be able to just go if you have a fabricator, go to your local place that does welding supply, and see if you can maybe just get one. But worst case, you're going to be out $4 or $5 for a pound of rod. But anyway, the rods come in 36-inch lengths, so it's nice with that because you need a little bit longer than what your traditional spoke would be. Most traditional spokes, about 315 millimeters is around about the longest length you're going to be able to find. So this being 350, you can essentially measure any size wheel available and get a definitive measurement. Maybe something that's like a 16-inch or smaller, you may use a smaller spoke or something like that, but anything 20-inch to whatever, 27-inch or whatever size wheel you want to build, unless it's just something ginormous, some 36-inch wheel, which if that's the case, hey, just use the whole welding rod or whatever. But any which way, these are 700, super easy to make. What I did was just, I actually just glued some the nipples on with a 2-part epoxy, just mixed it up. Put it in, put the nipples on, let it set up, and it's pretty cheap and easy. Great little tool. Next tool is there's a common tool, or is like this is a bicycle research, but Park makes one. It's basically like a little flathead screwdriver with a little tip in the center, you know, and you can turn your nipples in quickly, and you know, and it's nice because it'll all turn them to a certain depth. This is nice when you're you know, starting a wheel, getting the tension kind of basically set up after you got it all built up, and it'll get everything to a pretty close proximity. But I like to make these little, just with an old flathead screwdriver bit, I'll just basically mark where I want to grind away on the bit itself, and then basically do the same thing with this bit. I just ground the corners off just clamped it down to my welding table, took my angle grinder with the cutoff wheel and kind of roughed it in, and then finished it up on my little bench grinder. And yeah, it fits real nice, works really well. You know, something you just, you know, with this type bit, you can put it into like this little impact driver. It's like probably a little overkill, but I did a video review a while back on the Milwaukee M12 cordless screwdriver, and man, it works awesome on that application. So then the next tool is, it's a little, what they call it, this is kind of a two-part setup, but this is a nice tool. It's what they would call a nipple loader, and EVT makes one called the multi-finger. It's a really nice tool. You know, it's about 13 to, I don't know, they go up to maybe 20 bucks depending on the size and everything. But you know, I found you can make something very similar, and actually I would guess that they probably came up with this tool just based off this little thing here. But I got this idea a long time ago from a guy that worked at Schwinn. He said this is how the little tool that they made, that the production wheel builders, you know, I guess they had to use, all those old Schwinns in the 70s actually had to build wheels there in-house. So anyway, it's basically just a quick release skewer, and you take the quick release skewer portion off, and you're kind of left with this little end with a hole in it. And then on the other end, you just want to grind a little tapered edge to it. You know, and you want that the end bit to fit into a spoke at least, and kind of wedge its way in. So kind of a shallow taper where it fits into a spoke, and is, you know, I've made several of these and ground them in different variations, but it works really well to just grab that spoke, feed it in, and then thread your nipple when you're building wheels, especially a double wall rim like this. That's, you know, you're going to push the spoke in. If you're getting a deeper rim, arrow type rim, I mean, these are almost like you got to have something like this. Definitely makes the job easier and quicker. Kind of in the same realm of this, you know, this is another little tool I made. It's a little spoke nipple shuffler box, and this is just kind of a little prototype one that I made. I welded some pieces of aluminum together, just mocked up 2 pieces of like 5/8 plywood, and I don't know, it works pretty well. Just dump your nipples in, and so kind of in using it in conjunction with the nipple loader, you can, you know, stab your nipples in. You know, it's super quick and easy, makes building wheels pretty quick and easy process. So yeah, anyway, that's my 4 tools. Hopefully you found the video helpful, interesting. Please subscribe. I've got tons of other videos out there already, and I'm going to make tons more. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time.